Today, I'm going to show you how I made these awesome incense burner boxes. These boxes are very easy to build, they don't take a lot of time or material, and they just look great just about anywhere. Before we jump right in, I would really appreciate it if you took a second to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Now let's get to the build. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my blade set up to a 45-degree angle. Every corner on this box is going to be a 45 miter, so I'll just set it up once and I should be good to go for most of the project. For my first cut, I'm just going to put the outside edge of my board as close as I can to the blade so I get a nice 45, but I don't waste too much material. Now, before we get too far into this project, I do feel compelled to mention that yes, I realize that this is wood, a flammable material, and we'll be putting a burning incense burner inside of it. So I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of comments about that, but they've been using wooden incense burners for centuries. And with anything to do with flame and combustible material, you got to be careful no matter what. Now I could get into the science of how low burning these incense burners are and what the flash point is for wood, but I'm not a scientist. I'm just gonna bank on the fact that most of my viewers are very responsible people and have been around a flame before at least once in their lifetime. Next, I'm gonna measure how deep I want my box to be. The depth and the width will be the same since it's a square. In this case, I'll be using 3 inches on the pine one that I'm building, and I'll also be building a second walnut box in this video. And for reference, the inside of that is going to be 2 1/4. It's going to be a bit smaller. But aside from the size of the box, both builds are identical. The overall length of the boxes is going to be 12 inches long. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. I'd actually be interested to hear what your preferred method is. But mine is to cut them a little longer than 12 inches and then take them over to my table saw and get that nice 45 using a miter gauge. I just find tighter angles on the table saw, but I'm sure there's people out there that prefer the miter saw, so let me know in the comments below. And for the 2 end pieces, you just need to measure the outside width of the piece and make that the length as well. It's going to be a perfect square. And to glue everything up, I'm just going to use the tape and glue method. It's got to be a fancier name than that for it, but I mean, it makes sense. But I would find these work great for small little miters. Now, keep in mind that one of these pieces is going to be the lid, so you do not want to glue that down. So 3 of these 4 pieces will be glued. All 4 of them will be taped just to make sure everything stays nice and square during the dry up. Dry up? Dry out? Dry time? Meh. And I'll put the end pieces on at the same time, making sure not to glue the top side where the lid's going to sit. Now, while we wait for that to dry, you can hit that like and that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you know when I come up with some new weird idea like this one. Now, I'm going to be doing some grooves or slats in the side of this in order to allow the smoke and the light to escape. So I'm just going to set my blade at 15 to 20 degrees. No real science behind it, but what I want to do is make it so the groove is going up this way. Smoke tends to rise, so I want it to go up. I don't know if it really makes a huge difference, but that's what I'm going to go with. I ended up setting my table saw to 25 degrees, and then I set the height to just slightly above the thickness of my material, which was 3/4 of an inch, just so I make sure the groove goes all the way through to the inside. And to make sure the grooves stay perfectly aligned, I do one side, flip the piece, do the other side, and then move my fence for the second slot. Now on the lid, I'm going to put a series of small holes. For mine, I'm just going to mark down the center and evenly space out 4 1/4-inch holes. You can do whatever you want. You can do the corners, make a design, but I'm pretty simple, so I'm going to do that. Next, you need to drill a hole that will support the incense stick. And I'm going to put a slight angle on it, nothing crazy. And I'm just going to drill it into the side about 1/2 inch deep or so, just enough that I don't go through the other side. And all I did to find out what bit I need was just literally drill some test holes until I found one that fit. And the one that I have is a
5/64. But it's probably going to depend on what kind of stick you buy.
Now I should point out that I got extremely lucky here. If my drill was the slightest bit bigger, I wouldn't have been able to fit that in there. So I think next time I would drill the hole before assembling the end pieces. Now I'll sand everything down before applying the finish.
So one thing I noticed is that the miters on this are so tight that it's kind of a pain to try and open this. So I think what I'm going to do is just pick which side I want to be the back. And then I'll just kind of sand out a little notch there just to let my finger catch that lip a little better.
There, that's gooder. Now I'm going to apply the finish, and on the pine box I am going to be using a stain, so I'm going to be putting this just on the outside of the box. And for the walnut box I'll be using a walrus oil.
Now I've only got two small things left to do. One of them being attaching these lights. Now I picked up these very cheap rechargeable lights on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to get yourself some. And they come with some sticky back adhesive. So I'm just gonna put them on the back of my lid, the back, the top, whatever you want to call it. And the reason I'm gonna do it on my lid, you couldn't put it on the bottom or the sides, but I want to be able to take this off, take it over to my charger, charge it wherever I want. So I'm just going to stick these on in between the holes. And I'm going to try to get the I am going to put the charging ports facing outward so they're easy to plug in. Now this last step has two purposes. One is going to be a little extra protection. Now these incense burn at a very low temperature. They've been using wood incense burners for years. But I always like to err on the side of caution. Some people will line these with a sand, even rice. I'm going to actually use just a little bit of aluminum foil, and I'm going to fold it up nice and neat down there. The second purpose that's going to serve is it's going to let the light reflect a little better. I wasn't going to show you the inside of this, but I don't think I did too bad of a job.
Now all that's left to do is to turn the lights on, light some incense sticks, and put it on display. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button. Till next time.
Simple, but very decorative. And like button or like button, both are good, not are bad. I'm going to show you how I made these very awesomely cool. Potent.